Thanks for clicking on Last Cup right here on News Center Maine Plus.
Yeah, glad to have you with us. It is May 20th, so let's dive into some things to know about this day. We're going to start with, it is National Rescue Dog Day, also National Pick Strawberries Day, and National Be a Millionaire Day.
Oh, I didn't do any of those yet.
I'm 2 out of 3 there.
I got 1 out of 3.
You got 1 out of 3. Rescue dog.
Dog.
Yeah, but you've got that so many multiples of times that maybe
I have
you
a
can
million
count
dogs.
it.
Does that count as a
They
millionaire
made the day
day?
because of you. You've rescued so many dogs.
Have you ever had a rescue dog?
We had 3 when I was growing up, like separate times. I mean, like they overlapped, but
Right.
not
Okay.
personally. I've not like on my own.
Okay, so you're
I'm
you're
not that
1 out of
responsible.
1 out of 3.
Nobody wants
1
that.
out of 3.
Yeah, 1 out of
And what
3.
are you, Todd? 0 for 3.
Do you pick strawberries?
Are you a millionaire?
I'm not that.
He was like real quick on that one.
I've had dogs, but none of them were rescues. And I mean, I love strawberries, but I don't like go pick them.
You're not a pick your own kind of guy.
I mean, I will.
Fun fact,
I've done
that was
it.
my first real job.
That's
picking
cool.
strawberries in Vermont.
That's
yes.
a job.
Well, who
At a
do you,
farm.
How do you think they get
Well, I
into the
assume
containers that you buy?
Well, from the strawberry tree. I thought that like they meant like you'd go with your family, like you pick apples, go apple picking,
Right.
you go strawberry picking. That's what I thought that day was for.
Oh, yeah.
Not for the people who work
I
in
think
the
that
industry
is what
of
it's
it,
for.
so.
Well, I'm
Well,
sure
yes.
that is what it's
Okay,
for.
but
just
she
say
still
that.
picked them.
But,
Yeah.
Did you ever do it with the girls? You ever
Yes,
like, let's
yes,
go
and
strawberry
I've,
picking?
I've done both.
Okay.
Oh no, I
done
guess
So
I've done
I've
too. 'cause
never
I've done
done
that
that.
before.
I've done it before too. I mean,
Okay.
it's not.
never
I don't
done
love
it.
it.
No.
Right.
Yeah.
Especially
It's-
like on a hot day.
It is hard
It
work.
is hard.
Yeah, it's like
I
low to
was
the ground.
13 years old,
Right.
and I would ride my bike from my house to the strawberry field, which was probably 3 miles. Then I would pick strawberries all day, and then I'd ride my bike back.
They let you work at
You were a
13?
go-getter.
They didn't make me. I
No, they
wanted
let
to.
you.
Oh,
They
they let.
let
Back
you
in the
along.
day, you didn't have to have a work permit or anything. That was a
all
long
like,
time
like
ago,
under
folks.
the table stuff kind of thing?
I
Or
don't
did
know.
it not matter?
Did you file
Your
a
parents
tax?
just said,
Hold on.
go get a job.
No. Is there a
no.
tax return?
I don't believe I made it.
Are you really a U.S. citizen? I want to see this.
I got something like 10 cents a quart. I don't believe I made enough to have to file a tax.
How much of it did you eat?
A lot of strawberries.
Right.
Yeah, 100%.
Sharon, your hair got red over the summer.
All right, so we're working on the whole millionaire part. We'll have to keep working on that.
Yeah, we got a long ways
Yeah,
to go.
good luck with that. right?
Or marrying for it.
Or we're married.
there you
for it.
go.
That's-
I've always told you.
You always
that
tell me this.
That's
yeah,
what.
yeah.
Yes.
Ship has sailed for us,
exactly.
but you're our hope for that.
You're the only one that.
You
But
can do it.
But not a billionaire, because they get a little crazy at that point.
Okay, fair
I don't
enough.
need to go to space, so like, I think that an M is where you need to go.
Fair enough.
I think you're already in space. All right, I'll take a look at this day in history.
a great time.
May 20th, 1862, U.S. President Abraham Lincoln at that point signed the Homestead Act that provided 160 acres of public land for free to anybody who had lived on and cultivated the land for at least 5 years. Also today, 1506, the Italian explorer Christopher Columbus died in Spain. And in 1873, very important, Levi Strauss, Jacob Davis received the patent to make blue jeans.
And change the
Change the
landscape
world,
of fashion
right?
forever.
We don't like
right?
jeans here, right, Lee?
I mean, oops, blue jeans are like obviously
staple.
universal. I mean,
Right,
and
right.
you know, America, that's like America's product.
Right.
They come, everybody from other
Are
countries.
you guys
buys
wearing
them.
Levi's
yeah,
right now?
yeah. I,
Not
No
Levi's.
idea.
You
But-
don't know.
But
don't
leave
know.
No idea.
You don't know?
I
have
bought
no idea.
new ones recently because
Couldn't
I
tell
learned a couple years ago how much better Levi's are than like the other brands, and I was like, oh, these are kind of the best. So like,
The ones that are on sale. Whatever.
Which
well, they
I
have some at Kohl's and
love.
stuff on sale.
I love the fact that you just said that because they were the original,
They're the
right?
OG.
And that very rarely does it last that long that people are
Right.
still saying they're really the best
was
out
the year?
there.
They really are. Like I used to.
What was the year?
1823 maybe?
1873.
That's close.
Yeah.
They're so good. Like, they're
Fun
incredible.
fact: I never wore jeans growing up. I didn't start wearing jeans till my junior year of college.
Is there a reason behind that?
I don't know. I didn't like how they. I don't know.
What did you wear? Cotton Dockers?
No, I wore like
No, like khakis.
actually Dockers. Yeah, I did wear
Or like
Dockers.
khakis or something.
Khakis,
Yeah.
but which were Dockers.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know that Dockers are made any longer. I don't know, but I would wear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd wear khaki pants.
I have a fun fact on
You're
jeans.
so preppy.
I know I was.
I would only wear, and my mother was forced to buy, Lee jeans.
Is it because
100%, because it had my
Did you
name.
get bullied because of that?
No more than usual. It had the Lee on the back, on the brown patch on the back right side, and I wanted the jeans with my name on it.
Did you like tuck your shirt in a little bit so people could see your name
does
on
that
there?
even surprise
No,
you?
it really
No,
doesn't.
it's a
I
total
mean, this guy's been
trendsetter.
looking
I had
for
my own-
attention for
I had my own
That is
brand
so
as a kid.
on brand
I
for
would
this
not
one.
buy
He comes in on
any
his days
jeans
off just to
besides
get his
Lee.
face on TV. Like, I mean, that's how much. You didn't? You didn't do Want to Bet on your day off?
Yeah, that wasn't to get on TV. It was to save your butt.
No, it wasn't.
My
I
God,
did it by
every-
myself the week
Yeah,
before.
and you went 6-23. So I came in and said,
Whatever. Whatever.
How did we get from Levi's jeans to this?
Well, it's called My Older Brother.
it's called sibling rivalry.
All right, so let's talk about some celebrity birthdays today, shall we?
All right, let's see what we got.
Check this one out. This is amazing.
All right, anybody want to guess Cher's age? I mean, we have an prompter, so we're going to know it.
212.
She is a ridiculous 79 years old and still
Look at her.
just
Still
crushes
killing
it. I mean,
Well,
this
that's
video is
not
from 20
her.
years ago.
Oh,
no,
now
but
it
she,
is.
but she
But not
was
now.
on.
But not now.
Oh, yeah.
That was a
it
long
the
time
90s.
ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but she was on the Saturday Night Live 50th anniversary,
Yeah.
which was just this past year. Came
Yeah.
out for the musical guest part of it and performed and was
Killing
that.
it.
I mean,
Yeah.
She's still doing it.
It's insane.
So
Yeah.
I want to know her secrets, so I looked them up.
Oh.
Not surprisingly,
Surgeons?
right? Yeah, so there was an article.
Surgeons.
Surgeons.
Am I wrong?
No, not necessarily. That's part of it, probably. But this is an article in Prevention Magazine about 5 years ago.
That's her now.
I mean, look, she's had some work done. Stop.
Well, when you compare
She's-
her to
she's
50
almost
years ago,
80.
Todd,
She's 90.
So
She's
I
79 years old.
Todd, let's put you through one of those face things that makes you old.
Unreal.
Well,
Okay.
I don't do that stuff.
Well,
Yet.
There are other people.
How old are you?
How old am I?
Okay, let's give you
I'm
another 40
49.
years.
I'm
Okay,
about
let's give you
50.
40 years and see how this goes.
But it's not-
Or
Well,
30
I'm not
years.
going to do that to my face. I don't want to look like that. I'd rather just age to age.
We'll see how Rachel feels about that.
Yeah, we'll see how you feel about that as you go
And
along.
I feel the same way.
we're not going to go
I'm
down
not
the
saying like
rabbit
that.
hole
Yeah,
of pressure
yeah.
on men versus women to look a certain way
let's
either.
not
So
even go.
You maybe don't even have to do that.
Can we
whereas
talk
she
about
obviously-
how Cher
she's, like,
still, I don't
famous.
care if she's had a little work done and maybe,
We're not that famous.
it shows, but look, she also, it's her energy level, it's what she brings, that she can still
Still
sing,
performing.
that she can still run around on stage in 4-inch heels and knock it out of the park. It's not just all about whether she's had work done on her face. So, this is what Prevention Magazine says she does. She works out hard at the gym. She follows a plant-based diet with avoiding dairy. She doesn't smoke or drink, drinks very, very rarely, and she has a very regimented skin routine that she takes care of her skin. So
I mean, the
there you go.
energy is
That's
the one
what
that
she
seems
does.
like real big on that. Like, you're right. She is very like
Right.
energetic.
She's still touring. She's still.
I don't know the answer
No,
to
I
that.
don't think on a regular
but-
basis.
Is she
But
like in Vegas?
a few
Does
residencies here
She
and
has a
there, like
residency
towards the
somewhere.
weekend here.
She did
So
something
still
recently,
performing.
like in the last few years, she had some little like mini tour she did though. So there was something where she was still doing stuff.
Remarkable.
Which is crazy.
And
I mean,
now
they're-
Dolly Parton's about the same age too, right? Isn't she about 79, 80
I think
years old?
that's about
they're in
right.
the same-
Martha Stewart. They're
Yeah, I
all
mean-
like right
I mean,
around 80 degrees.
yeah,
80.
so-
I said
80 degrees.
Martha's 100 degrees.
for me. For you. For me. But yeah, they all look
And they're
phenomenal.
all, I mean, they're living their lives. There's not a single
No, I think
retirement
that's
bone in their
great.
bodies.
I
They're
hope
like,
I'm
let's
doing that
go get
at
it,
that
right?
age.
Just-
Probably not.
Just remarkable.
All right, there's another
Yeah.
celebrity birthday as well today.
We so dangerous. My flip mode squad is dangerous. So dangerous. We so dangerous. My whole entire unit is dangerous.
Not quite as famous, but Busta Rhymes also celebrating today, 53 years old. So happy birthday, Busta.
Okay, yeah.
you
Happy
go.
birthday. All right.
Yeah, that guy was having worked on his face too.
Probably.
Just a little different. It kind of smushing it. All right, some fun facts to share with you on this day as well. They might be a little bit goofy, but so are we. So, number one, you cannot smell while you sleep. Is that real?
I've heard
that's
that. I've
concerning
actually
for, like,
heard that
fire.
before, right? If there's like a
Like, if
fire,
there's,
you
like, a
can't
fire,
smell
it's
it.
like,
That's why you need smoke detectors.
So yeah, it's your sense of smell doesn't completely shut off, but it is significantly reduced while you are sleeping.
That's interesting.
Did not
So
know
if you
that.
like use lavender to fall asleep, it might help you fall asleep, but it's not going to help you stay asleep because you can no longer smell it once you're asleep.
All right. Fun fact number 2.
Australia is wider than the moon. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, it makes sense.
Okay.
Myler, you can have number 3.
Giraffes are 30 times more likely to be hit by lightning than people. Well, that makes sense.
That totally makes sense.
Height-based, right?
Yeah.
That's really sad. That's a terrible place to
It must be one of their,
leave it,
a
but-
bummer.
aside from getting destroyed by a herd of lions or whatever, a pride of lions, like that's got to be one of their biggest causes of death.
Could very
Yeah,
well be.
because
Lightning
they're-
strikes.
and they're out in the middle of the,
nowhere.
with
Like
no,
Serengeti.
no coverage. Right. Yeah.
There I was. There I was. In the Congo. Anyway.
I mean, right?
I
Like
think that's a Cher song.
cause of deaths for giraffes. I mean, it's got to be like being attacked by a lion,
1, and then lightning.
and then lightning. What else? Or maybe poachers.
I wonder if they
Poachers.
choke on
Humans.
their food. It's got a long way
Maybe
to
it's
go.
that.
I don't know.
Like I feel like lightning has got to
Yeah,
be like
they don't have a
top
lot of
5.
endoscopies for giraffes, I don't
Right.
think, to stretch that thing out. So it's trouble swallowing.
All right.
Predators,
Yeah.
drought and starvation,
Oh,
disease,
gosh. Oh gosh.
injury,
Lightning's not on there.
human
This
poaching,
went down a dark turn.
and then that's if they're not in captivity. If they're in captivity, it just gets sad, so we're not going to keep going there.
Okay.
Okay, so there's the
Alright.
5 ways
Depression.
giraffes die. Didn't
there
have that
you
on your
go.
bingo card for this Tuesday, did you?
What a great way to end this section.
So here's where we need you. Please email us any topic ideas that you have, thelastcup@newssetofmaine.com, and we'll work it into our foolish conversations on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Speaking
Maybe
of
not
foolish,
depressing ones.
the weather's been great lately. So let's get into that.
It'll be a little better out there today, a little bit, but not much. If you're
Only
looking,
slightly more depressing than how giraffes die.
yeah, that was an interesting little giraffe hole we went down. It wasn't that funny, Myler. Thanks. So we have a few sprinkles and some areas of light rain out there, but for the most part, it's not really doing much, just cloudy. It's cool with temperatures around 50. It's also a little breezy still. You noticed that wind kick up yesterday afternoon. If you were out yesterday afternoon or evening, it was not fun. Today is going to be a little better as that wind settles down. The lows over there, we're still under the influence. A lot of clouds today and tomorrow. Next low moves in on Thursday with some rain Thursday afternoon, Thursday night, and again Friday into Saturday. Thick clouds this morning, a passing sprinkle. Cloudy, gray, gloomy for the middle of the day this afternoon and evening. Yes, there are going to be a ton of clouds, all right, but there will also be some brightening and some bright spots up there. I know that's, it's a stretch, but it's better than nothing, and a few of you may actually see a little bit of blue up there as well. Highs about 55, that's 10 degrees below average, and it's going to stay pretty much identical tomorrow. This next low enters the northeast on Thursday with rain breaking out in the afternoon. It will be steadiest Thursday night through Friday, rainy and raw on Friday. And then on Saturday, the low starts lifting north of us and it weakens, but there'll still be numerous showers around from start to finish. And the rain that we get during this time looks impressive, probably around an inch and maybe a little bit more in spots. Now, I do think rivers and streams will be okay, but it's worth noting, and we'll keep an eye on them. Marine forecast, there are small crafts up until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Mostly cloudy today and tomorrow and cool. Rain returns Thursday. It's raining on Friday. Showers continue on Saturday. And then it gets better. Sunday afternoon, we see some sunshine, and Monday, Memorial Day itself, not too bad at all. Closer to 70 degrees with a mix of sunshine and clouds. So that's kind of how it looks right now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Todd.
Thank you, sir. Let's get to some news now. In Lewiston, city councilors will take a closer look at a proposed ordinance that involves needle exchanges. They'll be reviewing a draft of a syringe exchange license program. If it does get passed, the ordinance would set some new rules for where and when exchanges can operate, what's required to get a license to operate a program, and more. That meeting 7 o'clock at City Hall.
Former President Joe Biden and his family are exploring treatment options as Biden deals with his diagnosis of an aggressive prostate cancer. Yesterday, Biden issued a statement thanking members of the public for their support. Doctors say there's no cure for the kind of cancer Biden is facing, but it can be managed with treatments. The severity of the cancer is measured with something called the Gleason score. Biden has a 9 out of 10.
All right, so this morning, excuse me, we invited my urologist because I had prostate cancer on News Center Maine, and we talked about President Biden's diagnosis a little bit and what has led to the topic now of prostate cancer, which is very much in the news. And so here's what we had to say. So we're going to dive into prostate cancer as a topic. I'm joined by urologist Stephen Ryan. Dr. Ryan is my urologist, so full disclosure, and he and his wife Katie and my wife Karen and I started Prostate Cancer Maine, which we'll talk about in a second. So PSA test. You watch this program, I talk about it all the time, maybe too much, but for me, it's an important, and you told me, piece of the puzzle. It doesn't tell you everything, but it tells you a lot. I know a lot of primary care physicians are sometimes hesitant to give their patients a PSA. I hear it from the viewers who say, my doctor won't do it. I know you're not a PCP, but why is there resistance to even get the test done, which could lead to that early detection?
Yeah, a problem a lot with the PSA test is that you're adopting a lot of the risk with any test. So if you take a test, you have to know what you're going to do with that information once you have it. So PSA test could lead to a biopsy, or it could lead to a diagnosis of a prostate cancer that's not actually going to cause you any harm. So there's a lot of anxiety surrounding that additional risk with it.
But it is just a blood test and if you go to your doctor for a regular checkup, they already have your blood because they're testing your blood cells and they're testing for glucose and sugars and other things. So they already have that. So that test is done. So I guess, I still don't, and you and I go back and forth all the time. I don't understand it. So I'm trying to get it more clearance on why this just wouldn't be more, why isn't this just a regular part of people's checkup when you hit a certain age? And what age, by the way, should that be, where people should really worry about this?
Yeah, addressing that first off, for most men, age 50 to 70 is kind of the sweet spot where you want to actually have a PSA test drawn, and it doesn't have to be every year. But back to your point about why is there resistance, and that has a lot of anxiety with the understanding what the PSA test actually shows. So anyone with a prostate is going to have a PSA number, but seeing that number for some people, they'll equate that with cancer when that's not true.
You can have a high PSA and have no cancer of any kind. You could just be a person who has an elevated PSA, and that could be a thing.
We call those super secretors, people that just have very high PSAs, but then have to have the anxiety of like, oh, does that mean I have cancer? And do I need an MRI? Do I need a biopsy? And a lot of that is a nuanced discussion, but understanding that PSA is just a normal enzyme will at least start you off in knowing that you can get tested.
And real quick, because we had a viewer question, no insurance barriers as to why a PSA test wouldn't be allowed?
Correct. Yeah, if you offer insurance in the state of Maine, then you should cover routine prostate cancer screening as per guidelines.
All right. Prostate Cancer Maine is the foundation I mentioned that he and I and his wife and I and my wife started. Go there. There's great resources for you to click on. Under the information tab tells you everything you need to know and points you to some really good question answered programs for you there. So Dr. Ryan, thank you for your time, and get your PSA checked, please. That's me, not him, but please. So that was our chat, a little passionate in case you can't tell. ProstateCancerMaine.org. That's the website. Check it out. Resources for you, questions to ask, all the things. Go see it.
All right, we've got some more news now, too. Next month, voters will weigh in on the budget for Portland Public Schools. City councilors unanimously approved the district's $172 million budget during their meeting last night. It would increase the school portion of property taxes by more than 5%. Residents will be able to vote on the budget on June 10th. Councilors also heard a first read of the city's $285 million general fund budget. That was also last night. That budget, though, is not expected to be voted on until June 28th. In the meantime, other things are being considered in Portland, including a cell phone ban for all public school students next year.
Cell phones, though, not the only things that could be banned, and News Center Maine's Leanne Stapleton has the details for us on that.
Hey, good morning, guys. It's crazy to think that, 10 years ago now, when I was in high school, just about everybody had a cell phone or some type of smart device that they bought with them. And it's kind of crazy to think that over the past couple of years, schools across the country and here in Maine are proposing cell phone ban uses for students. Later today, the Portland Public School Board is holding a meeting for a first read-through of its own proposed cell phone ban for students. Now, it was proposed last month by the board's Curriculum and Policy Committee. It lays out general requirements that would apply to all students in Portland Public Schools. Students would not be allowed to have cell phones, smartwatches, earbuds, and other personal devices with them during the regular school day. It adds language leaving how to collect those devices up to an appointed person like the superintendent. The policy also recommends students just leave their personal devices at home altogether. Now, there are some exceptions. Students may have their cell phones during field trips and extracurricular activities with some stipulations. There is a group called Phone Free Portland, which consists of Portland parents and educators who support the move to ban student cell phone use. On the group's website, it says in part, phone-free schools support not only academic achievement and focus, but also social development, resilience, improved mental health, and face-to-face connections that our students desperately need. Now, that meeting is tonight at 6 o'clock here at the Casco Bay High School in room 200. If you can't make it in person, you can watch it on Facebook Live or you can join virtually over Zoom. And just a reminder, tonight's meeting is just the first read-through. There's not going to be a vote or anything happening, but a vote will happen at the board's next meeting on June 10th. And if the policy is approved, it will take effect next school year. So that means students wouldn't be able to use their phones during the day. Sadly, no Snapchat or Instagram doom scrolling. Lee and Sharon?
All right, that is a topic that a lot of people have opinions on. It's going to be one of our topics we talk about tomorrow right here on Last Cup, so make sure you tune in for that.
In the meantime, be sure to stay right here for all the day's news and weather and more throughout the day, and then we'll see you back here tomorrow morning bright and early at 4:30. Have a good one.